All right. RFK Jr. has been officially confirmed as the HH Secretary. Mitch McConnell was the only Republican vote to be no. So let's go ahead and pull this up here for everybody to witness firsthand. This is a video from Hotspot. Shout out to Hotspot. Let's go ahead and play this video in a 3, 2, and an uno.
On this vote, the yeas are 53, the nays are 47. The motion is agreed to. The clerk will report the nomination.
Department of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. of California to be Secretary.
And as it stands right now, Mitch McConnell was the only Republican in the United States Senate to be a no vote. So we got an article here as well. Embattled nominee RFK Jr. faces a final vote of the full Senate today, this Thursday, in which he has gained full confirmation. So it is done and settled. Kennedy, controversial stances on vaccines and public health policies have drawn steady criticism from Democrats, as well as one Republican. But assurances have drawn GOP senators to his side. Another of President Trump's contentious nominees, Kash Patel for FBI director, advanced out of the Senate Judiciary Committee on Thursday morning. So again, also it should be noted as well that Education Secretary nominee Linda McMahon is appearing before the Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions for her confirmation hearing. Trump will welcome his second global leader this week as well to his White House. So as it stands right now, RFK Jr. has successfully managed to secure his position, and it's all confirmed now. So Mitch McConnell was being the lone vote of no, same thing that he did to Tulsi Gabbard. The only Republican who has voted no so far against him was none other than Senate Majority Leader or former Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. The no from Kentucky Senator is enough to block Kennedy's nomination. It was not enough. McConnell also voted against Trump's pick for Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. So I'm pretty sure there will be more updates in this in the future, and I'm willing to bet that people like Elizabeth Warren or Bernie, that nutless wonder Sanders, will also have their own comments and commentary as well about RFK Jr. successfully getting the nomination. It says a lot here, folks. So as it stands, yes. So it is, and people are asking, is McConnell voting with the Democrats? No, I think McConnell is just giving a middle finger to Donald Trump and as well as anybody else. I mean, the man's on his way out. The man is falling upwards, failing upwards as he is doing all the time. And that's the issue right now for all the old guard of the United States Senate and House. So RFK Jr., he's in, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people talking about his credibility, what policies he will be doing. I'm looking forward to seeing all the meltdowns happen on social media as well. But here we are. Trump gets another major win, another one of the people who played a significant role in boosting his numbers during the 2024 election cycle, was able to secure a position. Same thing for Tulsi Gabbard. What this says about the future of the Trump administration, pretty much he's got an all-star name of who's who of people who have helped him secure his second term. Going forward, we're going to have to be very, keep an eye on what RFK Jr. will be implementing in regards for policy these next 4 years, but it's over. So now get ready to see more people, especially in the Vote Blue, no matter whose sphere, melting down. If you see any interesting TikToks, send them my way to Hard Lens Media. I'm looking forward to seeing the overall reaction. People are going to be crying and panicking, and it will be hilarious to watch, but also it will shine a light on we need to start talking about mental health in this country. So RFK Jr., you might want to look into that, maybe, or maybe not. Interesting way to see how his campaign started, from running as a Democrat to running as an independent to going to Trump and now finally be part of the Trump administration. It wasn't on my bingo card, and boy, oh boy, will the Kennedy family reunions and holiday get-togethers be awkward as hell, to be the fly on the wall to hear those conversations happening.
Radio station just censored the word devil. Clearly, we are on a different level. I guess you wouldn't notice all the rolling boulders crashing past your shoulders when you're taught to shift your focus lower, scream at all the pebbles. cheering on the bombers because you can't abide the rebels. But I bet you'll wring your bloody hands when all the dust has settled, when the last little limb is pulled from Gaza's twisted metal. Then you can say how you were led astray, and never once in all your days would you have knowingly supported all the genocide for which you clapped and prayed. But they baited you with unconfirmed blurbs about babies until you were filled with rage. Yet someone told you babies had been starving, bombed, and caged for nearly 80 years in Gaza, and you looked the other way. So regret, but make it fashion. Go and pluck that final petal off a hyacinth on Instagram for every kid they kettled. Every son that Israel imprisoned when they're little, that they tortured for a decade, then surprised with their acquittal. And when they got released and saw their parents, and whatever siblings hadn't met the missiles, they stared right through their middle. Their eyes don't seem to focus, and their words are all but dribble, like they're pondering the darkest riddle. That is, how many false flags does it take to make humanity inhuman and uncivil, distorted by the revel? The crooked slant where Israel contorts into America, Biden bathing Bibi in a bloodbath in the bevel. I opened up my feed and I saw children disassembled. Turned some music on and heard the station censor devil. Imagine thinking Doja Cat's a threat to moral fabric in the single largest terror cell that ever felled a temple, that ever sparked a cleansing, that ever burned a market, that ever raped with bayonets or carpet-bombed apartments, that ever turned your water off and left you in the darkness, left you doing surgery on children while they're conscious. You sing the devil's praises every time you sing our anthem. You sing a hymn to him that watched us birth a million phantoms. You'll proudly wave his flag, and yet you will not name the devil? Well, clearly, we are on a different level. I can give you names, shit, I'll give you several. They say the devil wears a different face for every general, like a composite of the char he brought to fields of emerald, and the wail of every childhood we made ephemeral. So who else has left the stain of blood on everything they touch? Who else can starve civilians and they don't so much as blush? Who else has paid for Gaza being flattened into dust? If there's ever been a devil on this earth, then it is us. That's U.S. What an ugly couple letters. Feeding shit and ignorance to those it chose to tether. From the river to the sea, both are slowly growing redder. For the devil that you know just knows you better. It knows every gut reaction it could ever make you feel. It knows fear is that which wakes you up and gets you on your wheel. It knows just the kind of story that will justify its war. And the scripts are wrapped for World War IV. So just imagine my surprise to give the radio a listen and to hear such pious morals out of Zionists and Christians that they'd take the devil's name and try to clip it from existence while they carry out his bloody business. You would wave a fascist flag, and yet you honor not your Iblis? Name you not Apollyon? Hush you now your witness? Bleed the name of Belial till tongue is rolling listless in the man-made mouth of Mammon, as Lamia's whispers listen. When carts are wheeling bodies through the cities that we crushed, and the very air is rotten with decay of all that was, who else would censor devil yet behave as Legion does? If there's ever been a devil on this earth, then it is us. U.S., but not a unity of souls. More a mass of corporations turning houses into holes, turning people into puppets, turning puppets into mold, turning mold into nutrition bars worth their weight in gold because they're bombing every bakery and burning every field with phosphorus that never once has wanted for a meal. The devil wears a mask and it delights in the reveal, in that moment where the face is let to peel. We do not love the underdog. We do not cheer the rebels. We lust for all their blood until the dust has finally settled. Then pity just ourselves that we were so misled to revel. Proudly wave his flag, and yet we will not name the devil.